Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at the brand new monster, the brand new status caster Mega-Taunt monster, Bombeta. I am super ecstatic to make this video. This is one of the most anticipated monsters, and I want to give a huge thanks to SocialPoint for giving me the chance to do this monster review, this exclusive first look. They gave me all the cells I need to rank this monster up to rank 5, all the food to feed this monster up, and any gems I used will be reimbursed at the end of the video, or as soon as I am done using this monster for all review purposes. And with that being said, look, his stats are finally fixed in the monstergram. His power is 7744, which is the highest power tied with that of Hardy. So from the cosmic monsters, this little light bulb right here is super powerful. His life stat is also very high, 77209. That is also the highest, also tied with that of Hardy. And the speed stat, that's where he suffers. 5632, this is the slowest head with that of Thunderkong and Heist. But I'll tell you this, as a taunt monster, as a monster that is there to absorb attacks, that is not bad. This monster doesn't need a high speed. What he needs is a high life, which he has, and a high power. That's just even better. And let me just clear one thing up. If you saw my monster analysis, I have no idea how I misread the ultimate, but Eureka deals moderate light damage to enemies, applies sunburn to enemies, and Mega-Taunt to itself. Yes, that's amazing. That is phenomenal. That is what you want from this monster. He's a Mega-Taunt monster. You want him to attack the enemy, reduce the accuracy, hit them with the DOT, and then Mega-Taunt so that he can absorb attacks, and he 100% life heals, or 100% heals. That is awesome. That's what you want from this monster. With that being said, let's talk traits. So unranked, you get the monster with hardened. All status effects have a 20% less accuracy against it. I think that is very good. Any taunt monster that has this, any tank that has this is good, because one of your biggest issues is getting hit with a torture, right? Getting hit with a curse, a sunburn, an ignite, anything that just chomps away at percentage life, that is terrible. So having hardened protects you against that, any negative effects, and the fact that, you know, denial is also a huge issue. You can get stunned, possessed, frozen. Thanks to hardened, 20% of the time you won't get hit with that. You have blind immunity, which I personally don't think adds that much value to this monster, considering he's a Mega-Taunt monster, considering he has self skills. Even if you're blinded, like, you always have a skill you can do, so being immune to blind, I guess that just opens up your other skills. But I kind of personally would have preferred like an immunity to stun that's permanent, so it can protect you from future monsters that stun. And then of course, the reason this monster is so hyped is that status caster at rank 3, so he is the cosmic Daedalus essentially. Daedalus has a status caster at rank 3. Will this monster replace Daedalus? Yes and no. I can definitely see this monster being the main go-to monster for PvP, whereas Daedalus is not going to go, he's not going to be the main anymore. More monsters are going to prioritize this monster. Once again, this monster is super tanky. It's not like Daedalus has a revival essence or a taunt trait, right? So for PvP purposes, I think players are definitely going to prioritize this monster. They're going to work on ranking this monster up. With this super enormous life stat, just being ranked up is going to be super hard to take down. Not to mention we have the breakout system with these monsters, so even if you don't have enough cells to take to the next rank, you can always just cap breakout and increase the stats as you go. So for that reason, I do see this monster replacing Daedalus primarily on PvP. In terms of fully replacing, of course not, because in the sense of Team Wars, if there's an Earth War, you're going to use Daedalus. It's not like you can use this monster, right? But overall, I think he is going to be the go-to Mega-Taunt monster. And on top of that, this monster is light-based, whereas Daedalus is Earth-based. And it just so happens that some of the, right now at least, some of the Meta Earth monsters, like Brutalizer comes to mind, Muchi comes to mind, they're dark-based, so elemental disadvantage, right? Whereas for this monster, there are not that many metal attackers that come to mind. Of course, we have Vanoss, but I wouldn't say he's that powerful, right? And when he has the Pierce mechanic, here's the funny thing about Bombeta and Vanoss. When Vanoss has the Pierce mechanic, it's not like Vanoss can do his AoE skill to target Bombeta. Thanks to the Pierce mechanic, he's going to be attacking the whole team. So I think right now this monster has an advantage. Thinking to other monsters like Metal Beat, he's not definitely used that often. Yeah, the metal monsters, they just don't really come to mind as who can be really formidable. Josh Dub is another attacker. If anything, Cybrow, the OG Mythic from the team race, she could be a huge threat against this monster because she can just use like the perfect system and deal some serious damage against this monster. But I think right now he's definitely going to be replacing Daedalus for PvP. Alright, with that being said, let's talk relics before we get into skills, because I do want to talk about the fact that this monster can hold 2 armor relics, which just increases survivability. So let me click on all and let me focus on the diamond relics. So you have access to the Morg's armor. After being damaged by a skill, you deal 20,000 points of dark damage to the attacker. You can do this up to 3 times. If you have 2 Morg's armors, that is 60k times 3, that is 120k in damage you're dishing out to the enemy just because of your relics. On top of that, you also get 78k shield, double that, 150k. So that's pretty awesome. You have Nabotis' armor. After being damaged by a skill, if your life is below 50%, you heal 62,000 points and you recover stamina. So you can do a nice blend of the two to always have stamina. This armor is kind of outdated, but 50,000 points of armor. You have, let's see, there is another one. Thetis' armor, I don't have this one, but after being damaged by a skill, if warrior stamina is above 75, you remove stamina from the attacker. And if you're below 25, you actually drain stamina from all the enemy monsters. So it's kind of like an oblation trap, but in an armor form. So we're going to give this monster the Morg's armor, and we're going to give this monster the Nabotis' armor. So he is good to go. Awesome. And let's talk skills now. So for skills, we have Celestial Destroyer. This is 22 stamina cost and a 0 turn cooldown, so it is a spammable skill. The only reason I would consider this skill is given the fact that when you play PvP, there are a lot of cooldown activation monsters. One of the first cosmics to come out is Kodama that has CDA. So you have to watch out for that. Not to mention, you gotta watch at the previous cooldown activation monsters. Sai Miss is a team race monster. A lot of players have access to her. Guy Daigo was the Golden Legends Pass monster. A lot of players have him at rank 3 or more. And then Glamhead players also invested in him since he's a pretty good monster. So there's like 4 monsters at the time recording this video that you have to watch out for. So there are arguments for Celestial Destroyer. Keep in mind, this monster has the highest power in the game as well. So maybe you put a high level strength rune and you can dish out some serious damage with this spammable attack. You have Magic Technology. I'm not a fan of the AoE version of it. It's 0 cooldown, but nope. Lighting Up the Darkness removes negative effects from itself and life regen to itself. It's nice to have a soft skill if you were to get possessed, or if you're going into a battle, a team war, where you know you could get possessed, maybe put in the self skill in case you do get possessed. You know, maybe the AI does the self skill. You have the Brightest Villain apply Sunburn to enemies and Taunt to itself. I like this because it is a way of having taunts. Now, yes, you have Mega-Taunt at the start of the battle, but sometimes you need taunts over Mega-Taunts, and this monster, as you can see, Shine of the Bulb, has a Mega-Taunt skill. So, it's iffy. Like, do you need both the Mega-Taunt or the taunts? Especially when taunt only lasts 1 turn? Probably not. The best thing about this is that Sunburn, which reduces accuracy and damages the enemy over time, but I think it's safer just to go with the Mega-Taunt, and it also heals by 50%. The negative to this skill is that 63 stamina cost. That is quite hefty. Good thing you can give yourself a Thetis' armor to not worry about stamina too much. Alright, let's see what else we have. Blinding Punch deals very heavy light damage to one enemy. Sunburn and Daze. Sunburn and Daze will reduce accuracy. Daze reduces damage output and accuracy by 25%, and Sunburn accuracy by 15%. So really good single target skill to have. I like it a lot. So 59 stamina cost is the downside to this, but on 1 turn cooldown, that's pretty nice. We have Solar Flare, which deals moderate light damage to all enemies. 56 stamina cost, but it is an AoE Daze. So look, even with your AoE skills, you have a Sunburn and you have a Daze skill, so that's pretty nice. You have Warming Lights, removes negative effects and applies life regen to the whole entire team. I love it when a tank or a supportive monster can remove negative effects from your team. If you could have also removed positive effects from the enemy team, that would have been even more spectacular. But Warming Light is a must-have skill. Anytime you can cleanse, you want that, especially since you're absorbing attacks. If you have the chance to cleanse, go for it. So right now, my recommended skill set is Shine of the Bulb, Blinding Punch, Warming Light, and then that last skill, honestly, it's going to be Celestial Destroyer. It's going to be the Brightest Villain. It's really going to be one of these two. It's totally up to you what you want to choose. I'm going to bring Celestial Destroyer just because I know cooldown activation is an issue. But you also have to consider, it's going to depend how you rune this monster. I think if you're not planning on giving this monster a strength rune, and you know, you maybe shouldn't. But if you are not planning to give him a strength rune, don't do the Celestial Destroyer. If you're just planning to go team speed life, which is I think what majority of players will do, then yeah, I think you could maybe do without Celestial Destroyer. I don't know how strong it'll be to warrant running it. So we're going to go 1 life, 2 team speed. With Mega-Taunt monsters, you can even go 2 lives in team speed. Heck, you can even do 3 life if you wanted to. That's totally up to you. I've seen it with Daedalus. He's so hard to take down, and especially if you have more support monsters that keep removing negative effects, he is such a tough monster to take down. So right now, a quick overview. We have a potentially spammable attack. We have a team skill that removes negative effects and applies life regen. We have a Sunburn and Daze, which reduces accuracy on a single enemy monster, and we have a Taunt skill. And the other options are running the AoE Daze to reduce accuracy on all the enemy monsters, running an AoE Sunburn that also applies Taunt to yourself, and removing negative effects from yourself in life regen. Also good because this is a 1 turn cooldown, whereas the team skill is a 3 turn cooldown. So you know what, even Light Up the Darkness is a potential skill. So the skill set, I would say, it's nothing too game breaking for a monster. I think it's like just right. It's good. It's not crazy good. I think it's probably fair to compare this monster to Daedalus, so let's go ahead and take a look at him. So let's take a look at Daedalus. Daedalus has Full Fortress, which applies Mega-Taunt and blocks 50% of incoming damage. Blocking damage. Damage protection is so good because it basically makes it so the enemy has to deal double the damage they would normally have to deal. If you have 1,000,000 life, because you block 50%, if an enemy monster hits you with 1,000,000 damage, you only take 500k. So for them to kill you, they would have to deal 2,000,000 damage. So you have that damage protection there. You have the daze as well, and this one applies quicksand, not sunburn. You have this regen double healing skill, so it also cleanses negative effects from itself, which is nice, because if you have any sort of dot on yourself, it's gone, and you get that regen, which again, we saw on Bombeta, but this monster also has double healing, so you even heal more, right? You have this skill here, which damages an immediate 30% heal. You also have a taunt skill, and this taunt actually protects your positive effects, so it makes it tougher to get rid of the Mega-Taunt and the taunt. You have a regen skill to your whole team, and then you have this spammable skill, which isn't that important, and you have a single daze skill. So your other monster has a spammable skill that is 22 stamina, but at the end of the day, it's just damage, whereas this at least dazes, which reduces enemy output, accuracy, damage output, and accuracy. So skill set wise, I actually think Daedalus takes it as a Mega-Taunt monster. But again, just stats wise, the fact that they're on whole different levels in terms of stats, like look at this monster, he is rank 2, and barely his strength is at 8,000, and his life is barely at 77. Rank 2 Daedalus, like unranked Bombeta has the life stat of a rank 2 Daedalus. That is just the difference, and that is why even though skill set on Daedalus is better, I think for sure Bombeta is gonna definitely displace them. Although I also will say, thanks to your damage protection, it probably makes it harder to kill this monster. You even get life regen at the start of the battle. So, you know, battle of the status caster Mega-Taunt. Who do you think is better? Let me know in the comments below. With that being said, we're actually gonna rank up Bombeta because I don't think it's worth showcasing the monster unranked in rank 1. You know, it's just, I'm in a high league, so that's not going to really work. But I'm going to showcase the monster at rank 3, which is where you should get the monster, and then we'll rank it up all the way just for some fun, epic battles. Alright, and so here we have the monster at rank 3, and actually, again, I just want to showcase why the advantage of this monster being cosmic, the fact that you can cap breakout. So I know he's at rank 3 and all, but if you have some additional cells, you can breakout, again, without even having to take him to rank 4, you can level him up past 130, so that's just an inherent advantage of these cosmic monsters. With that being said, it is time to showcase this monster in battle. I am going to keep the Celestial Destroyer skill, even though I'm not running Strength Rune, so I'm going up against my own advice, but that is fine. So here's the thing about running Status Caster Mega-Taunt monsters. This opens the door for you to do so many different things. If you don't have a strong denier, if you can't deny, that is fine. Heck, maybe run an attacker. Let me go 3 Strength Armor Claw, because I can now, right? Let me go Nord. Let me go Extra Churner. Oh, Hardy exists? It's okay. My monster can absorb attacks. So let me actually use Nord, right? So the biggest thing with Anticipation Cosmic being released is that now you think, oh no, I can't use my monsters anymore. Well, that's not necessarily true. My Extra Churners. So we're gonna bring Nord as well, and we'll put Nord in the team. So we have 2 attackers. You know what? I have Kotha right now. So let's go super strong right now. So we'll do Ablation Trap. I just want to make sure they're properly ruined. So we're just going 6 strength attackers for a team. And because of this, I feel like I'm going to need to super protect. Let me go life. Let me go 2 lives team speed. That way that my monsters aren't too slow. And let's see how this battle goes. Some of the biggest issues, of course, I could run into are the fact that I need to be able to get a turn in. If I lose my Mega-Taunt, that is his biggest issue, but we'll see how these battles go. Again, I am allowed to do PP, however, I am not allowed to win the battles because it would be totally unfair for me to win with a monster that hasn't yet been released, and furthermore, was given to me for the sole purpose of doing monster reviews. With that being said, I am running a triple attacker setup, and we have Vanos, but what can he do? Alright, let's see. So, this monster can remove positive effects. So, in this case, look, I lost my status caster. So, that is one of this monster's biggest issues. But assuming I can get a turn in with my attacker, I mean, look at that. Complete OTK because I'm running 3 strength. Not to mention, they are just different levels than me. So, you're dead. Once I get my turn in, you're drowned, you're dazed. Oh no, what can I do? Let me apply the Warming Light. Or, why don't I apply Mega-Taunt and heal myself? So, now I'm protecting my team again. So, here we go. We are going to kill... let's see who we can kill. Friends are strength, careless laceration. Let's go ahead and attack Vanos. And then Selfish Splatter. Once again, I lost my Mega-Taunt. So you really got to be watchful of what kind of monster you're facing, because there are monsters that can remove your effects. So let's kill Vanos, and we'll do another battle with this double attacker setup, just to showcase that it is viable, just depending on the situation. So we'll do another battle, and I'll show you guys using Nor, and hopefully we run into some hardy bases out there, some anticipation. Misery is one. So alright, first attack, Dark Paradox. Again, remove my positive effects. Biggest issues with status casters is that we will save Rossi. Now I think I can just, look, when you're running all strength on your monsters, you can do some serious damage. Let's reapply that Mega-Taunt and 50% heal. And let's do Monster Ingestion, Body Careless Laceration. Let's kill Miseris. Alright, let's see. Cawthor, Bloody Consumption. That's fine by me. Let's say I have to recharge. I keep the Mega-Taunt. Let's just keep recharging. Another dimension. I'm still good. My relic kicks in. Let me just recharge. Let's see what else I can do. Celestial Destroyer. Warming Light to clear negative effects. Life Regen. Blinding Punch. Let's see that Sunburn and Daze. Maybe he'll miss the next attack. Alright, let's see that. ×1. Charge. Let's see if he lands or doesn't land. So let's see what he does. And Monster Ingestion, and it actually killed me. 2 of them killed me, 1 of them missed. Alright, so cool. We'll exit out of there. So that's using him with attackers, right? Let's also use them again with a Nor. With a Nor on my team. So Nor as my attacker. And Armor Claw, we will give you team speed actually. If I have it. Like maybe I don't have it. Yeah, I do. Perfect. So we'll put Armor Claw just for team speed support. Actually, realistically, no, it's fine. We'll do that. And let's hope I can find a monster with anticipation, specifically Hardy. I want to take on Hardy. So let's click Fight. And come on, Hardy bases. Let's see. Grakon, Lonrad, and Ondana. So no Hardy base. But there's Ondana going first. Again, this monster is the queen of removing positive effects. So I lost my positive effects. I have drowned. Alright, my armor kicked in. That's that 20k damage. Sun protection. The whole purpose is the fact that you absorb an attack, you don't get denied, my Nor is able to attack, and now I am able to essentially obliterate the enemy, right? I can go with Psykin, and then here, let's ×4 this. Man's Claw Trap, that's fine. Charging Banner kicks in. Bye-bye Grakon. I can kill him again. Psykin, and then I'm able to attack with my attacker. So that's one way to run Mega-Taunt monsters, you know? It is perfect, right? It's my turn again. Hey, let's reinstate that Mega-Taunt. Oh, Revival extra turn. Gotta get rid of my Mega-Taunt before attacking me. Oh, look, the armor killed you. So that's pretty great. That mechanic will always work. We'll try one more time. I wish there's a Hardy base. I feel like I'm dropping more and more to where we might not see Hardy. Yeah, and here's another Mega-Taunt base, but this is already level 105s, 110, so Shadow the Lancer. Look, I kept the Mega-Taunts in this case. My attacker is able to go and attack. So there's no attacking 1. There's no attacking twice. Here's my other monster attacking. And then as for me, Sleep in the Moonlight, again, just absorbing everything. Possessed, this is where I said maybe the self skill could potentially come in handy. Here, let's exit out before that gets too serious. Now, realistically, even if you have this monster as a Mega-Taunt monster, like I said, the build is usually team speed and life. Alright, help your main monster go first. You still want to have a main denier monster like Siamis, and then you want to have an attacker monster, so that's where Armor Claw comes in, running his 2 strength, 1 team speed. And this is the typical kind of setup you'll see, to where your denier can still go first and deny, and then you're good to go from there. What you're noticing is I haven't really been needing Celestial Destroyer. Again, it's just a consequence of what kind of opponents you're facing. I haven't fought any fast Siamises. I haven't fought anyone that's like truly groundbreaking. So in this case here, let's get rid of that and let's try the taunt skill. Yeah, because if you do the kind of build I'm going to do, typically you're going to kill 1 or 2 enemy monsters before your monster even gets a turn in. So nonetheless, let's try the taunt skill out. And let's go. Are we good? Doom, doom, doom. I think we are good to go. Let's click fight. And yes, I am ready. All right, let's do this. So, oh, now there's a Hardy base. That's funny. All right, let's click fight. And so typically the way it would work is, you know, your monster would go. I am actually going to take control. Well, I don't have any extra turners. So activate cooldowns. You know, if the enemy can attack you, they're forced to attack your Mega-Taunt monster. And then your actual attacker is free to go and attack whoever you want. Here, let me kill Wormlad. He comes back. That's cool. In this case, you know, I'm curious what happens if you Sunburn and Taunt. Do you keep the Mega-Taunt? I don't think it gets replaced. So let's do Brightest Villain. And you keep, yeah, you have tons of Mega-Taunt. So, I don't know, it's kind of redundant. But now the enemies do have Sunburn. I still like the single target better. Just because typically you're probably going to kill 1 enemy monster. Here, let me go ahead and finish off Wormlad. They have Sunburn. Okay, he attacked me. Punch of the Shark King, that's fine, I'm still alive. This is where my heal Mega-Taunt skill comes in handy. My relics are kicking in. Again, the Pierce mechanic, if he was to do AoE metal-based attack, he has to attack Siamis and Armor Claw. So Pierce actually works against Vanoss, so I think that's kind of funny. Let's go ahead and activate cooldowns on Hardy. And let's see, Claw, so he killed me here. Oh, having a resurrection monster is fine, so then you can just resurrect. Like, we have Lonrad. Lonrad and this monster is probably going to be a very solid defense team. Because, yes, they're both light-based, and Vanoss could potentially kill Lonrad. He has an elemental advantage, but again, like, immediate extra turn instead of the Mega-Taunt, 50% heal, you're good to go. So no need to continue this. But this is typical of the kind of team you're going to do. Another variation is, let's do that resurrection. Where is it? So I have Miseris to use, so we'll do Miseris. So if my monster dies, I'll just revive. And you can do an attacker in this case. So this is where my Armor Claw comes back. And just for the sake of this, I will do 3 Strength Armor Claw again. I think the battles are easy enough to where even 2 Strength will get away with it. And I'll give this monster Team Speed and Speed. So let's go back to this. So in this case, I'm a little more lenient if my monster dies. Like, I know I could resurrect him. So let's try that battle out. And let's see how this goes. So, ooh, Mephisto. Alright, so fight. And so he gets the first turn in. He did a heal, terrible. I don't know if he's running Dark Paradox or not. Let's get rid of Mephisto there. And I could kill... Wormlad, I could kill a lot of people. Well, let's kill Miseris. So, bye, Miseris. Alright, so then it says Mephisto. And again, this is where typically if you kill one enemy monster, you basically now have an AoE Sunburn, which you don't need. So I think in this case, it's better just to single target Sunburn Days. Alright, Despicable. And then here, let's do Omega. Let's buff the attacker. That's another combo, buffing your attacker so that you can do some serious damage. And like that. I lost the Mega-Taunt, just reapply it. So, positive effects block. So maybe it is a good idea to have both Taunt and Mega-Taunt so you can have 2 skills you can reapply, considering there are a lot of monsters that can remove positive effects. The other thing you can do is, you partner up with a support monster. Where are you? Fire. You partner up with a Zorky. Why Zorky, you ask? Well, Zorky actually has triple damage buff, double damage buff. So even if you don't have the highest of runes, right, you do this. In this case, you can go more life if you need it. It just really depends on the situation, the dynamic. Let's go that. And then you just go into a battle again with a strong attacker, Mega-Taunt. You battle. And as long as you absorb the attacks, you buff yourself, and then you're able to dish out serious damage. Oh, look, these are all 150s. So let's fight. Oh, here the issue is on Dana removing my effects. Raw Johnny, and then I might get hit with Possession or CDA even. Rock and Roll. So that was Possession. Invader Pitfall. Alright, things are going to end well here. Recharge. See, that's where Celestial Destroyer might have come in handy in terms of doing an attack. Here, I can cleanse that. Let's see how this goes. Morg's Armor. Remember to sub. Water Swirl, Stamina Drain, Morg's Armor, Blockbuster. And I think, okay, I would have loved to have Warming Light. I can't do it, but at the very least, I can Sunburn Days. That has a 1-turn cooldown. Splatter. Hey, the Revival Relic would have really come in handy, right? I didn't think I would need it. I didn't think I would actually take a tough base on this one. Alright, because I've been taking like 130s. So we'll try it again. Oh, look. Mega-Taunt. And no, that doesn't cleanse. Ooh, that would have been nice if it cleansed as well. But it was a 50% heal. Alright, let's put an end to this if I get a chance. Oh, Eureka! Cool! So, deals moderate light damage, applies Sunburn and Mega-Taunt to itself. Let's just do that for fun. Eureka! So, there it is. 27k, 27k, 27k. I am back to full health. And I have the Mega-Taunt. Not that it really matters, but I just wanted to showcase that. Alright, cool. This is Light Bulb, man. Alright, so let's exit out of there. And let's do another battle just to do that Zorky buff combo. Unless somehow the opponents are tougher as I drop trophies. Alright, so... okay, perfect. So, let's do this. Let's click Fight. And let's see. Lonrad is going to probably do Sun Protection. I get the Churn in. This is where Brightest Villain actually does come in handy, right? Or I can single target if I want to single target someone. Let's do Brightest Villain. And here's what I meant. A support monster, a buffer that buffs your attacker. Then you have triple damage, and then you easily wipe the floor with everyone. That was like 500,000 damage to all enemy monsters. My turn again. If I had negative effects, like I have Burning, I could cleanse with Warming Light. I could single target. In this case, I'm only killing them because I have the level advantage. But yeah, that's basically it. There's not too much to it for a Mega-Taunt monster. Literally, they're there to absorb attacks and let your teammates get an attack in. With that said, let's fully rank up this monster to rank 5. Really, at rank 5, you just get a stats increase, so it's up to you whether or not you want to rank him up. It definitely makes it harder to kill this monster for sure, but if you can't afford it, I would personally say rank 3 is a must for this monster. Get him to rank 3, and then after that, if you have the extra Stardust and you don't want to wait, then you could potentially rank him up, but I imagine that there will be future monsters. Now that we're in a Mythic era, a Cosmic Mythic era, I imagine future Mega-Taunt monsters will be released. Like, we had Daedalus, and then we had Mr. Beast, who doesn't necessarily have it at the start of the battle, but I would like to see a monster with Taunt and then Status Caster Mega-Taunt, maybe that, or a monster that has the Taunt trait and then can apply like Mega-Taunt as a skill, so who knows what we'll see in the future. So for sure get this monster to rank 3, and now you're just going to see him with his maxed out stats. All right, so 130, 35, 40, 45, and 150. Let's take a look at the stats. 18,000 power, 200k life stat, and 9,000 speech stat. I mean, yeah, it's, you know, it is what it is with that. Right now I'm running speed, team speed, which is also viable, but really I think team speed, or let's go 2 life. Let's just make him super tanky, absorb a lot of attacks. And I mean, I pretty much showcased most of the combos you're going to be doing with the monster. Zorky again, do we want to showcase that? I don't think so. Again, typically you're just going to go still with a main denier. So I can do on Dana for stamina drain. Actually, let's not do on Dana. Let's stick with Siamist since she's faster. I think typically you're still going to be doing some sort of combo like this. Your attacker's still probably running 2 team speed or 1 team speed. Really what you want. Denier denies, and then you are just absorbing attacks whenever you can. Let's do like 2 or 3 more battles. I think you've kind of seen it at 130, which is realistically where I think it's viable for more players to get. Look, there's another Hardy. Now that I'm not looking for him, he shows up everywhere. So in this case here, this is actually cool because right now you're still running into Mega-Taunt monsters, status casters a lot. So with Siamist, I can remove positive effects. They would have to first get rid of Mega-Taunt before they can attack my monsters. So I'm fine. I can cleanse. So here's where Warming Light comes in, or even the self skill would come in handy. Now I'm free to attack everyone. So save Rossi. And now I can CDA activate everyone. So there we go. And then you'll die with dots. You revive. That's fine. You're going to die next turn. Recharge. I can recharge. Let's finish you off. Isel's dead. Let's finish off Wormlad. And then he's back to life. Let's kill Wormlad. And then, you know, I don't want to continue this battle because then Hardy could potentially die. But yeah, it's pretty much that easy. Like, the thing about status casters, it's like when Dunraw first came into the game and changed the whole meta of the game. Because now General Thetis would have to stamina drain your monster. An AoE freeze would have to go to Dunraw. So they just serve as like the most enormous giant meat shield in the game. Here, we'll remove the damage mirror, so no more reflecting. By the way, if you damage a monster that has damage mirror, the damage gets reflected to your monster that has the Mega-Taunt. So this monster would be absorbing all of that damage from the status caster on Brutalizer. Alright, let's do... here's where Blinding Punch could come in handy. Ooh, that light advantage. So Blinding Punch it is. Boom, boom, boom. And then let's do more light-based attacks. There we go. So see, if this was a Daedalus, Brutalizer would scare me. Brutalizer has a 45 damage AoE skill. Brutalizer is frightening. But I don't have to be that afraid of him anymore because I am light-based now. So now I have the elemental advantage. No Rest for the Wicked, Trade Disable Stun, still have my Mega-Taunt, Amber Overdose. Alright, let's go ahead and just finish. I don't want to finish him off. You might restore the dream. Let's see how... What the heck, an attacker? Okay, let's kill him then. Let's see how this plays out. Despicable. Okay, that blocks positive effects. Let's kill Grakon. And then hopefully we can kill Grakon again. Best show on earth. We can shock, I guess, if anything. Chance of the Swamp. Lots of dots. This is where Warming Light removes negative effects. Hey, the negative effects are gone on my whole entire team. And I am good to go. Show must go on. And then remember to sub. And we will do a recharge here. Recharge here. Let's see what happens. Revival. Alright. What do? I'll recharge. And I'll recharge again. And let me protect my team. Mega-Taunt! And I'll recharge. And yeah, I'm not scared of you, Brutalizer. See, that skill on Daedalus would have killed. And then this is where, like, the AoE reapply the taunt. So yeah, I guess I don't like that the taunt is one turn. I wish it would have been more. But yeah, I think there's no need to continue this battle. Let's kill him. And I think we'll end off with one more battle. And we'll go from there. The biggest thing is, like, if you have this monster at rank 3 and you're facing tougher opponents, faster opponents, especially in PvP, you're going to be good. On Dana, though, is going to be an issue considering she could remove your positive effects. So you still got to watch out for that. Look, Mega-Taunt, Mega-Taunt. It's like, it's used all the time. Look, same setup I have. Denier, running all speed, Mega-Taunt monster, and then an attacker. Literally, my setup right here, I just have Armor Claw instead of Arumel. Alright, we are going to do, what should we do? I guess just go after damage output. There's that. Double show, I got possessed. Yikes. Again, self-skill could come in handy depending on who you're facing. Now, the thing about PvP is you don't know who you're facing, but if you do know, you could use that to your advantage for Team Wars. Save Rossi, and then we are going to go ahead and activate cooldowns on Siamist. She has to recharge. I am still possessed, so please don't blinding punch. Oh, I blinded punched myself. That's cool. I can remove it next time. Let's take possession of Arumel. I hope Arumel does not kill the whole entire team. Thank you, Arumel, for not killing the whole entire team. Let us go ahead and attack Arumel with the burning. Let's do the best show on earth, shock or activate cooldowns on Arumel. And then I am on CDA, so I'll recharge. Again, that's where Celestial could come in handy, but again, like, if you're not running strength, you're not really dishing out damage. So those are the arguments against Celestial. And there we go. Mega-Taunt monster absorbing stuff. It's awesome. It's phenomenal. It goes without saying he's going to be a go-to monster for the Mega-Taunt status caster. In terms of him versus Daedalus, Daedalus skill set is better. I would even say the trait is better on Daedalus. But look at the life stat. Like, my goodness. I mean, let's actually compare them. So this monster at 150 has a life stat of 216,000. Whereas Daedalus at rank 5 has 142,000. My goodness, that is 80,000 difference, almost 100k difference. Then you add in those level 10 runes, and it is night and day comparison. So obviously, in this new cosmic era, Bombeta is going to be the one that survives, whereas Daedalus, it's going to be easier to OTK him, especially with the new cosmics even having a stronger power stat, right? 7,700 with Hardy, for example, and it's probably going to go even higher and higher from there, right? This is just the first generation of cosmics. And so with that being said, this has been an exclusive first look at the brand new monster Bombeta. You will be able to get him very soon, so just stay on the lookout in the game for when this monster becomes breedable. With that being said, guys, I'm Ragnarök Gaming. Thank you all for watching, and remember to subscribe.